Let's catch him cheating. Right now, he's probably slow dancing with a bleach blonde tramp, and she's probably getting frisky. Right now, he's probably up buying her fruity little drink 'cause she can't shoot whiskey. Right now, he's probably up behind her with a pool stick showing her how to shoot a combo. And he don't know that I dug my key into the side of his pretty little souped-up four-wheel drive, carved my name into his leather seats. I took a Louisville slug at up both headlights, slashed hole in all four tires, and maybe next time he'll think before he cheats. Right now, she's probably up singing some white trash version of Shania karaoke. Right now, she's probably saying I'm drunk and he's thinking that he's gonna get lucky. Right now, he's probably dabbing on $3 worth of that bathroom polo. Oh, and he don't know that I dug my key into the side of his pretty little souped-up four-wheel drive, carved my name into his leather seats. I took a Louisville slug at both headlights, slashed hole in all four tires. Maybe next time he'll think before he cheats. I might have saved a little trouble for the next girl, 'cause the next time that he cheats, oh, you know it won't be on me. No, not on me. 'Cause I dug my key into the side of his pretty little souped-up four-wheel drive, carved my name into his leather seats. I took a Louisville slug at up both headlights, slashed hole in all four tires. Maybe next time he'll think before he cheats. Oh, maybe next time he'll think before he cheats. Oh, before he cheats. Oh. Hello, everybody. This is your Alabama Mammy coming to you live from the middle of the cornfield. And speaking of cheating, are you being cheated out of services that you are paying for? Are you being deceived by your cell phone service provider and you don't even know it or realize it? Well, if you are using StraightTalk's services, then you are being cheated and you don't even realize it. Does your data ever just quit working? Does it get real slow close to the end of the month? If you stay on your phone a lot on the internet, there is a limited service on there. It says that it is an unlimited service for text, talk, and web. But yet, there is a limit on the data that you use. And if you overuse it, then they will cut your services off. And if you're like me, amongst a lot of people, most people nowadays have smartphones. So, hey, you better watch out how much data you're using or they'll whack that shit off. Because I'm in the middle of the month now, and they cut my 3G services. And if you know anything about smartphones, those little fuckers will not work without the internet hooked up to them, because they've got all of these tools and applications that they have to go online and stay online with to be able to work that phone correctly. Even as something as simple as text messaging somebody can be a hassle for you if your 3G services are cut off. My phone has actually, like, I'm not getting half of my text messages. I was standing right in the middle of my kitchen, and my brother was calling me from the home phone. He rung my phone, called it 5 different times, and I never received one of those phone calls. Not one. Have you encountered this problem with Straight Talk? Have you tried to call Straight Talk and get in touch with a supervisor because the person on the phone could not help you, and they refused to give you the supervisor's number or get them on the phone? Or they'll say, hold on a minute, and they'll send you to a recording that hangs up on you? Well, I have, and I have been into it with Straight Talk now for about 2 weeks now about my services. And tonight, I'm sitting here, and I'm trying to call my son, and it wouldn't dial his number. It kept telling me that I needed to use paid services to do this with, and I'm like, what's going on? They had whacked my services completely a week before time. And plus, I had already called and asked him, I'm like, look, okay, if I overuse my data that I was supposed to have unlimited service to, so be it. Now I know that it's limited. Let me go. And I asked him if I went and bought another service card, would they allow my 3G services to be cut back on? And they wouldn't. They would let me put that on reserve, but they still would not turn my 3G services back on until my service ending date. Well, for some reason tonight, a week before my service ending date come up, it just went off. And when they cut it back on, they would not cut on the 3G services, but yet the card that I went and purchased, hoping that it would fix my services back to normal, they instead of having those extra 6 days available on my plan that I had already purchased, and had this in reserve for the next month, they start using my reserved, and still they will not let me have my services. You need to look the next time you buy a Straight Talk card to refill your phone, and where it says that those services are available, there's an asterisk mark out beside of it, and it says see back panel for details. And when you go back there, it will tell you that your data is limited, but there is no actual limit. Because I talked to the people at Walmart too, and they said that Straight Talk was actually jerking people's services at different times. Like, one person called in and said they had only used 2 gigs of their service data, and they cut theirs off. Another person had used 10. Another person had used 7. So there's not no set limit. It's just whenever they want to jerk your services off, they can, and they can do it legally. I don't understand how they're getting by with it, and I don't understand why Walmart is actually promoting services that is deceiving their customers just to get more customers. There's another thing that is that they're deceiving people about. Around in my area, I don't know if it's available for all Straight Talk phones, but they offer an unlimited international calling service too. And they charge an extra $15 a month for that service that's supposed to be unlimited. But in that fine print of your calling card, it says calls made to Mexico, and I think there's a couple other places that it says it is limited to 400 minutes a month. And if you go past that, they cut your international calling off too. Now, how in the hell can they be providing people or promoting an unlimited service on all these things, and it's all limited? It just don't seem right to me. They're a bunch of liars. They don't care if your services is cut off. They don't care if your phone is not working properly, because, like I said, if you have a smartphone, you have to have the internet, and that don't mean that you can be at home and log on to your Wi-Fi and fix that. It's not. The services actually has to be coming from the service provider for most of your tools that runs your phone to actually work. So no matter if you've got Wi-Fi or not, which I do, no matter if you've got it or not, your phone will still be messed up. And it will continue to get worse and worse until your phone completely shuts down like mine did. I think that Straight Talk ought to be reprimanded for this. I think they ought to have to give me back my money for the services that I did not receive, or give me back my whole month's worth, plus the one in reserve. And see, I just went and spent $400 and something on cell phones whenever I'd gotten my inheritance for my dad. It was the family settlement for the land of my grandma and grandpa's, and everybody got their share of it. And so I'm treating my daughter to a smartphone. And so we both go up there to get one. And I had to buy, a service card plan and everything. I mean, I spent out the butthole on this, okay? And then not just to turn around and have my services jerked. For what? For using an unlimited service that's limited? They should at least give you a way to be able to check it, but they don't. There's nowhere online that you can go on the Straight Talk website and check to see how much data that you've actually used. There's no way of telling that. So how are you supposed to know how much data you used? Most people don't even know what data is. And if they do, or got some kind of clue as to what data usage is, they don't know where to go, or they don't even know that they can actually go there to check and see how much data they've used. Because they're thinking they've got an unlimited service that they don't have. Maybe that's in the fine print somewhere of the contract that I don't have. You know what I'm saying? I know this much, folks. After I run all this time up that I've already paid for on Straight Talk, them the son of a bitches will never, ever get my money again. I will never be a customer. I don't care. I will not own a cell phone if they're the only service provider, because they're liars. And they also are thieves, because, like I said, they cheated me out of 2.5 weeks of data usage that I didn't get, plus cut my phone off a week early and started on my next month that was in reserves, and didn't even turn on my 3G services back after they done, changed my shit around. I mean, how can they do that? Like, who owns Straight Talk, really? Is it Walmart? Is that Walmart's way of getting their money back for all those sales and those rollbacks that they're giving you? They all get it back somehow. Trust. And if you're like me, amongst millions of people that lives in the United States, I'm tired of being screwed and tattooed by these folks, by the government, police, Walmart, whoever that comes in contact with, in your life that you run across is going to screw you somehow or another. And get away with it. Actually get away with it. Have a huge, major, one of the biggest corporations in the United States. I'm sure that Walmart is one of the biggest companies in the United States. I mean, everybody shops at Walmart, okay? And I'm sure they ain't hurting for no money. But they're the ones actually promoting the services of a provider that lies and steals. And I think Walmart ought to be, they ought to be responsible for a little of this that's going on. I mean, I think some folks need to get together and say, hey, we ain't going to take no more of this. You ain't going to tell me I'm getting unlimited service, and it is actually limited. That's bullshit. At least, if I go to Verizon, I might have to pay a little bit more for those services, but at least I know what I'm getting when I get it. Or AT&T or Sprint or whoever that I decide to go to. Probably going to go to Verizon, because they're probably the best phone service provider around. And, at least they do give you a way of being able to go up there if you do run over your data usage and pay some more money on it and then turn it back on. But no, it's like Straight Talk is punishing you for using too much of a service that you're paying for. How about that, folks? It's like... it's about like somebody giving you a car and you're not even having the keys to crank a son of a bitch in. Because if you don't have that service, you can't send picture messaging. You can't get online. I mean, and the list goes on of things that you can't do because you can't play none of your games hardly because most of those run off of the internet services. Every one of those apps is connected to the internet. And they know this. And they know that phone is not supposed to be ran for very long periods of time without it having its data coming through there. Or it will mess your phone up. And if they did that, and my phone continues to stay messed up after my 3G services is cut back on, and it is because of it being cut off, if it damaged my phone, honey, you better believe I'm going to get me a lawyer. I'm going to get all that money back. It might just go straight into the lawyer's pocket, but just to know that I was able to stand up to them and get my money back for something they cheated and lied to me to, that's worth every dime for it to go right into that damn person's pocket. You know what I mean? I'm just sick of it. I really think, I mean, like, Chimpy, what do you think? I got Chimpy over here with me. I know what he's going to say. This little fucker, he laughs about everything, but he knows that I'm right. He just likes to make me look bad. Yeah, well, boo. Boo on Walmart. Boo on Straight Talk. Kiss a big one. I hope there's a bunch of customers that gets a hold of this blog and listens to it and says, shh, I don't want my service to be cut off in the end of the month. And go get on Verizon or AT&T or somewhere that you're going to get what you're paying for. What they're telling you you're getting, that's what you're actually getting. They're not lying to you about it. And I hope somebody puts a bomb on on Straight Talk services. And boom. Blows them out of the water, and they're no longer able to be service providers for anybody in the United States anymore. Because as far as I'm concerned, they're all from overseas anyway, which I don't have a problem with it. Everybody that I talk to, though, I can't understand anybody because and I'm like busy saying I didn't understand you. What'd you say? And oh yeah, by the way, my phone's not working because you turned off my 3G services. Oh, I've just been so mad, y'all. I have been, like, irate. Because I'm pretty much straight up. I'm honest. I don't cheat people. I don't lie to them. I might not air all my dirty laundry out all the time. But if asked, I'll tell you the truth. And I don't like being lied to. I don't like being deceived. And I don't like being stole from because that's exactly what they've done to me. They stole my money by not letting me have the services that I had paid for and that I thought that I was able to get. I don't know. I'm telling you, folks, Straight Talk has got to be, they've got to be stopped for that. Like, they ought to put on there that it is limited. Oh, it's limited as long as you don't use it too much. It's unlimited as long as you don't use it too much. I don't know. Somebody needs to do something somewhere. Which I don't think nothing probably done because nowadays we get screwed and tattooed every which way we turn, and who does anything about it? Nobody. Not a fucking soul. Now let it be done to somebody in some kind of a power, in some kind of power chair. Yeah, they'll get something done. And it might be innocent people, it might be guilty people. It don't matter as long as somebody is, paying for it. That's the way they look at it. And I wonder how many people has been done the same way. I would just love to know how many people has been done the same way. From my understanding, good and many people, because the person at Straight Talk, or not at Straight, when I called Walmart to get in touch with them to see what was up and why that Straight Talk was doing this, because I could not get anywhere with them. And by the time that I'd done talked to them several times, I'm cussing the operator out because they done pissed me off so bad because they absolutely refused to turn on my 3G services. Whether I went and paid them $100, $1,000, they could not turn it on. And I don't see how that they could say they couldn't turn it on. No, they wouldn't turn it on, okay? Let your shit get jerked and not being able to use it for a while, and you sit there got money on it, you'll be pissed off bitch too. Oh, me. Anyway, I hadn't been on Spreaker in a while, and I just wanted to get on here and rant because I was pissed. pissed at Straight Talk, and I hope everybody, please do me a favor. If you hear this blog, if you are within the sound of my voice, would you please put a link to this blog on your page? Share it. Tweet it, Facebook it, wherever you go, in Tumblr, wherever. Put a link to this blog so everybody will know that they are being cheated for services that they're supposed to be receiving that they're not getting, and it will be yanked from them, and you get a slap on the wrist just because they lying and they're trying to deceive you into putting more money. I guess I don't know. I don't even know if there's a way through Straight Talk to get an unlimited service, because as far as I'm concerned, Straight Talk's unlimited service sucks donkey balls. What do y'all think, folks? Kiss Alabama mammy says kiss her white ass. And I'm gonna go to a song now, so I'll see y'all in a few.
One who said that she'd rather roam. The one who said she'd rather be alone. If you could only see me now. If I could hold you now. Just for a moment, if I could really make you mine. Just for a while, turn back the hands of time. If I could only hold you now. I've been too long in the wind and too long in the rain, taking any comfort that I can. Looking back and longing for the freedom of my chains, lying in your loving arms again. You could hear me now, singing somewhere through the lonely nights, dreaming of the arms that held me tight. You could only hear me now. I've been too long in the wind and too long in the rain, taking any comfort that I can. Looking back and longing for the freedoms of my chains, lying in your loving arms again. Taking any comfort that I can. Looking back and longing for the freedom of my chains, and lying in your loving arms again. I can almost feel your loving arms again.
This is your Alabama Mammy, and I am back, and I am coming to you live from the middle of the cornfield. And I'm just here to let y'all know about Straight Talk's unlimited services that they're providing for you today. They've screwed me and tattooed me all up and down this month by taking and telling me they cut off my 3G services on my phone because they said that I had went over my limit. And I'm like, hey, wait a minute. Over my limit? I don't have a limit. What the hell? Why are y'all cutting my services? I thought this was an unlimited service. And, I'm like, where did it say that at? And why don't the service the service people, the ones that, sales reps, why don't they tell you that it is a limited service? There's other services of theirs that is limited too, like the unlimited international calling. It's limited. It says how they're getting by with it is on the service card. They're actually putting a little asterisk beside all that and saying, see back panel for details. And you go back there and they tell you how it's limited and how that it can be cut. But the thing of it is they don't even tell you that. Okay, you're not looking to be cut off, okay? So you're using the internet like crazy, maybe that's your only source of internet. And all of a sudden, the shit gets cut off and you're like, what's going on? Why ain't it working? Well, I'll tell you why it ain't working. Because they cut it off because you use too much of it, of your unlimited service. And then, like the unlimited international calling, you go to the back and it tells you it is limited to 400 minutes a month. How can they get by with it just because they put a little asterisk mark on there and say, see back panel for details? Well, anybody that I know, everybody I know, nobody I know, uses the little asterisk mark that says, oh, it's got an asterisk, I better go turn over the back. I never read the fine print on any damn thing. It's supposed to be what you see is what you get. With me, or at least I thought that's the way it was supposed to be. But nowadays, all they got to do is put a little symbol beside something that they said was a lie. Okay, we're going to lie to you and say that your service is unlimited. And it's okay because we put this little asterisk mark on there. That lets us get by with it. What kind of shit is that? For real? I think they ought to be blowed out of the water. I really do, y'all. We ought to just boom and get them up out of the United States anyway. Let them go somewhere else and screw somebody else because I'm tired of being screwed over by companies such as this. Well, we didn't tell you, but this is why we're fucking you. Hey, this is how we can fuck you and get by with it, and ain't a damn thing you can do about it. You can bitch and you can rant and you can rave, and you know what? At the end of that recording they send you to, it says, if you would like your number to be changed over to the service provider of your choice because you are unhappy with our services, hey, we'll give you the damn thing. That's what it says. In not so many words, but it does say that. I'm like, what? I'm sitting here laughing my butt off. Jimmy, shut up. Really? Come on. I was laughing, but it's like, how can they do that? How? I don't even understand. Like, boo. I need somebody like screaming or something on here. I've kind of calmed down a little bit since I talked to him because it's been a while. I was going to get on here earlier and do this rant, but I had my daughter was here with her boyfriend, and my brother was in here in the kitchen cooking, and I had all these people around, so I really couldn't do a radio rant and it be worth the crap, or maybe able to remember what I'm trying to tell y'all folks out here. But this is the main thing. This is my point. Be careful. Don't get screwed by Straight Talk. Matter of fact, don't even use Straight Talk as a service provider. Maybe if everybody joined together and just went to another service provider that actually told you what you were getting, and that's the services that you're paying for, and that's what you got every month. They didn't say, hey, it's like saying happy hours all night, but it's only 1 hour, or that at happy hour everything's free, and by the way, the drinks are free tonight. No, they're not. You got to pay for them in the end. You definitely gonna have to pay for them in the end, honey. Because ain't nothing for free no more. And, and I always thought how that Straight Talk, like how they could do that. Like, how could they provide an unlimited service and none of the rest of the carriers are providing the unlimited? I mean, they got unlimited talk and text, but they all have a limit on their internet services. And Straight Talk bounces off of all these other providers' towers. So I'm sure that that's why their service. It depends on what service, what tower. If you're using GSM or the other kind of phones, whichever kind you're using, it depends on what kind of phone you got and whose tower it's using as to when they whack your shit. So fair warning, if you're using Straight Talk, look to get screwed in the end. I promise. They done screwed me up, and I'm going to screw them up, because I'm going to post this freaking link everywhere and let everybody know that the services that they think they're paying for is not what they're getting. And they will. Just get a smartphone. If you don't have a smartphone, then really it don't affect you, not unless you're using the unlimited international calling that you're not getting but 400 minutes on. That's the only way you could be affected, because it's actually the smartphones that uses all of the data on your internet services. So if you upgrade your services to a smartphone, look to get screwed over. And there's a lot of people complaining. Ain't none of the damn thing been done about it. Not Walmart ain't fixing it or nothing. You would think that Walmart would say, hey, we want our customers to be satisfied. And whatever you are providing, whatever service you're providing, I want that stated in big white letters so they will know what the hell they're getting. And I won't have all these people coming up here raising hell on Walmart when they don't even have any control over it. All they do is call the same people we do when you get up there, and they get put through the same ordeal. Right to the recording and boot it off. So, anyway, just thought I'd let y'all know. I'm not real happy with them, and hey, Verizon, look out, because Alabama Mammy's coming your way. And for the rest of y'all folks, I hope you have a great week this week. I hope you don't work too hard. If it's been raining where you're at like it has been here, I hope the shit stops and we get some sunshine. Maybe we can see those light beams through the clouds a little bit instead of getting your head covered up and screwed, not even kissed. This is your Alabama Mammy, and we'll see y'all later.